Hello everyone. How are we doing today? Thank you so much for dropping in, and thank you to everybody so much for being here early. I really appreciate that. Sorry, I just realized I forgot to put my light on. Also, if I'm moving everything around, like everything is like slightly off kilter. Ah, that's why. My camera was not actually seated. Okay, well, hopefully nothing falls apart today. Welcome to my stream. Welcome in everybody to the art gym. Trying to make sure you guys can actually see the art gym today. We are going to be doing figure studies. Hey, BitGamey, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Seriously, thanks to everybody who showed up like at the start of stream and is still showing up. It really helps a lot with making the whole hitting that number easier. Technically, we don't have to worry as much about hitting the 75 average, but it does look really good to Twitch if we can keep that number as high as possible. Just a little mini update on the push for anyone who's curious. I will be applying, if I did my math right, I think I can apply Thursday morning or either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. I'm not sure when they do the changeover for actually scooting all the views and stuff over. But basically, I'm literally just waiting for 8 of my streams that have hit that 75 average to fall into the first month block. I think I'm on 5 or 6 right now, so it's like it should be tomorrow or Thursday potentially that I can actually apply. So I'll keep you guys posted if you want updates on any of that stuff. Most of my updates probably on the push are going to be a little more real time on Discord. So if anyone's not in the Discord and they want to be... Oh, why is my Discord link not working? Guys, nothing's working again. What the heck? Discord? Uh-oh. Thank you so much, Brazenhearted. Why? Hold on, does this work? Nothing's working. Oh my gosh, my bot is turned off. Yesterday my alerts weren't working, so let me... Did the alerts show up just now? I think that did for Brazen. Thank you, Brazen, by the way, for those bits. Hold on, you guys. I was kind of hoping this would have fixed itself today. Let me just turn my bot on and off again. Yeah, not a pro. Not a pro. Let's just turn CloudBot on and off. Maybe it just needs a reset. Maybe it just needs a little reset. Okay, let's try this again. Oh no, BitGamey. How did that happen? SiriBot, what is going on? I'm so sorry, BitGamey. 1 second. How do I, if I have a mod in chat, can you please help? Thank you, Ace. I have no idea what just happened. Why are all my bots breaking right now? I'm so sorry. BitGamey, thank you. Yeah, what the heck? Bad bot. That's never happened before. There it goes. I know you were trying to be helpful. I'm so sorry, BitGamey. I don't know why that happened. It's literally never done that before. So weird. I wonder if it's because I turned my CloudBot off. But there shouldn't be link permissions needed. Yeah, the bot needs coffee. Well, okay, it looks like my commands are working again. So I turned the bot on and off. Hopefully that will help with syncing up alerts today. We had some issues with like sub alerts and follow alerts not working yesterday. So maybe that fixed it. Sorry that I didn't take care of that offline. I actually kind of just thought it would have fixed itself. It's never happened before. But anyway, welcome in everybody. Sorry my bot's being a butt. But I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you again so much for being here this fine Tuesday morning. If you want to get started with the art gym, don't feel like you have to wait on me. I usually kind of take a few minutes to catch up on chat. Almost always we get a Draw Me an Animal redeem, which I think we already did. So I'm going to do that really fast while we chat. Let's see. I did those hydrates. We did the puzzle. So we got first from Amaze. Congrats, Amaze, on being first. And second from Artie Gob. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And let's see. I have a Draw Me an Animal. There have been problems with other streamers' alerts not triggering follows and subs. Yeah, something on the Twitch side maybe. Yeah. So hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody again. We'll keep an eye on that. We shouldn't have link permissions issues. Let me do a quick hydrate. Thank you, Miss Art Rules. I'll do the Suntro. I'll do your Draw Me an Animal here in a minute. Let me just catch up on chat. But again, if anyone wants to participate in Art Gym, there's a little blurb about it in the chat about what it is. And if you'd like to do some studies, draw along with me. We do kind of an interactive thing. And of course, if anybody wants to help promote the push, any of that stuff, you can always share posts or like posts to help boost them. I posted on Blue Sky and Twitter, and I think my Instagram stories. So if you want to like any of those, that is super helpful. My socials are up there in chat as well. But also just lurking, just being here, helping with that view count early, really makes a difference. I tried to post my stream link in a few different Discords, but I haven't posted in very many. So also just sharing links in general. So many of you guys have been doing that, and I really appreciate it. We're kind of just in like the holding pattern right now, like I was saying, just kind of waiting for Twitch to say yes, hopefully, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted. And let me see who we have here. Non-Tam, welcome in. Thank you. Hopefully I have a good stream today too. We're off to a weird start. My bot has just banned someone. So hopefully that does not bode poorly. But hopefully maybe we're just all up from here. And of course, already welcome in Miss Caprikel. Thank you for popping by, and thank you for using that Vaquita emote. As always, if anybody wants some Vaquita emotes, the heart or the just standard Vaquita, we made that during Save the Vaquita Day last year, and they're free on my Ko-fi. So if you'd like to download those to use in your Twitch chat, or your Discord, or your Guilded server, anywhere that you have emotes that you can upload, feel free to do so. Welcome in, of course, Brazen, and thank you, Amaze, for pinning that link to the top. If anyone wants to get started, there are some study images and study platforms you can use in that link. Just browse around the human folder. I'm going to be doing some time to figure studies, but first I am going to do a quick muscle study. That's why I pulled this image up. I really still need to learn more about like the back muscles, and so I just need to commit that to memory. So that's going to be my warm-up exercise here. And then after I've done that, I will go into doing some quick gesture drawings. So anyway, feel free to start without me though. You do not have to wait. Let's see. Pyro, welcome, and enjoy the zoo. That sounds so fun. Yeah, thank you for the lurk, but honestly, live your life. I appreciate you guys so much, especially my mods. Don't ever let the stream get in the way of what you're trying to do. But I do appreciate the effort to lurk, and just to say hi is really nice. Rifty, thank you for those hearts on screen, by the way. Let's see. I'm glad that my sound alerts are working at least. Neil, happy Tuesday to you as well. Good to see you. And of course, BitGamey and Spacey3D and Silvolp and Kepper. So many folks in chat. Thank you for coming in. Miss Art Rules, thank you for helping with the push as always. Frozen Yak, how are you? It's good to see you. And Volpin, welcome back. Thank you. I'll try to have a grand stream. It's good to see you as well. For anyone who subbed for the Sub Zoo, I'm gonna probably be working on those on stream on Wednesday again. We might just do a Sub Zoo catch up and try not to do anything else until I'm caught up. And then if I have time, I'll work on those art gem stickers that I really want to do. So that's what's happening tomorrow afternoon. So just a heads up there if anyone's waiting on that. Central, also hello, and Yanni, hello. I heard we're pushing partners in here. Seems mean, but I'll put my shoving gloves on. Hey, Yanni, here's the thing. I got pulled to partner, I feel like is kind of the running gag, although it's not really a gag. So you guys, thank you for pulling me so close, and thank you for pushing me the rest of the way. It really, really means a lot. We're close, folks, and seriously, thanks to everybody who's been spreading the word about the stream, turning the stream on whenever you can, on any devices you can, even if you can't watch actively. It really does make a difference. And if you're not sure how to, if you just kind of walked in here and you don't know what I mean when I say lurk, there's a little command in chat, !push, just kind of explains how to do that. But basically just let the video play. You can lower the volume, just don't mute the video, and it should count. So thank you again for anyone who's willing to do that. Let's see, who else do we have in chat? Marcus, welcome in. Yeah, no light, just draw in darkness. I know. I'm trying to be a pro. It's not really working. Tifa, welcome back. It's so good to see you, Tifa Minto. Thank you for lurking. It means a lot. Sorry that my bot wasn't working when the stream started. Hopefully that's fixed. BitGamey, I apologize. I hope you're doing well, though. Who else do we have? Ernesto the Gamer, welcome in. Let's see, who else is here? I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Moonsky, hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for dropping into the stream. Hope your day's going well. Vidello, hey. Bonjour to you too. It's good to have you here. Let's see, Freaky Deek. Oh my gosh, hi, it's good to see you. You guys, Freaky Deek is an incredible sculptor here on Twitch. We've had the pleasure of raiding before. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored. Hope your day's going well too. Dangerous Buttons, hi. Always good to see you. What is catching up? That's a great question, Marcus. Barbawette, hello. Catching up is right now, actually, Marcus, because I got to the bottom of chat. You're still at work? Oh, well, thanks for lurking at work. I really appreciate that. Seriously, just being at 60 viewers already at the start of stream is super helpful. I'm not sure if Twitch just does like an overall average or if it runs on the analytics and it measures every 20 minutes. So it's going to measure what we were at the start of stream and then every 20 minutes. So this is the 20-minute mark. So hopefully the faster we get to over 75 the easier it's going to be to have that average. So I really appreciate the lurks. Cannot wait, you guys, to be done caring about the view count. It's so exhausting. And I know my push has gone very quickly, and I'm really grateful to everybody, because that's really you guys coming and showing up and spreading the word that has made that happen. But I'm just ready to get back to like doing whatever I want on stream and not worrying about how many people come watch. Thank you, Tifa Minto. I really appreciate the well wishes. Oh my gosh, of course, Freaky Deek. Yeah, thank you. Figure drawing wearing a swimsuit. Yeah, it is. Well, here's the thing. You know, it is Twitch. I do want to make sure I don't get banned, is our rules. So I'm not gonna do anything that's not work safe here on stream. I am a safe for work art streamer for anyone who's new around here. My name is Casey. Thank you for being here again. And just be aware if you are going to participate with the figure drawing. It's fine if you, I mean, everyone is going to do their own kind of thing. I personally always recommend doing live figure drawing studies. Hey, Garbage Witch, did that work? Thank you so much for the follow. It looks like my follower alerts work again. That's exciting. Hopefully that continues. Yesterday they worked at the start of stream and then just stopped. So thanks for testing that for me. And thank you for pushing me closer to my follower goal. Guys, it's kind of crazy. I really appreciate it. When we get to 4K, if we get to 4K, I guess I should say, I don't want to assume anything, but maybe we'll do like a 4K party, because I don't think we've done a party since the 2K, or did we do a 3K? I'm not sure. Maybe it'll coincide with the partner party. I don't know, but I really appreciate you. But yes, on that note, exactly, Miss Art Rules. Yeah, if you do share some studies and your drawings or your figures that you study from happen to not be clothed, totally get it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But just for the sake of the stream, please make sure that you cover up anything that might get me in trouble. I am trying really hard to play. I mean, I always play by the rules, but I'm trying to be especially cautious right now because I am pushing for partner. But we will do a show and tell at the end of stream. So if you want to participate in that, just join the Discord, or if you prefer not to join Discord, here's a link to, which is totally fine. I know there's like a million Discords out there. Here's a link to this post that I made on Blue Sky. You can just post in the comments of that. If you don't want to make your own post on Blue Sky, you can also use the ArtGem hashtag that you see here. I do try to follow that on Blue Sky. I follow it on Instagram, and I try to follow it on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter very often, but if you want to use the hashtag instead of posting in a Discord, that's totally fine too. Or you can just, like I said, post in the comments on that post I just made there on Blue Sky. Okay. Does the second figure need a swimsuit? There wouldn't be any skin showing. She's been degloved. That's true. I mean, because it is a real human that just has the drawing. So this whole series of images... Hey, Sloppy, how are you, by the way? This whole series of images is actually on my Pinterest board. And it's basically a photographer and an artist team that took a bunch of pictures of various body types and various people of different heights, different everything, different genders, and drew or overlaid the muscle systems like over the human body, so you can really see where everything lays. And I think it's really useful. And thank you so much, Susie, for the bit, and thank you for the encouragement for partner. I'm going to be applying on either tomorrow or Thursday. It just kind of depends on when the Twitch analytics roll over to put those 8 streams into like starting May 19th through June, and then that way I'll have 2 blocks of 30 days that actually have 8 streams each that have hit the 75 mark. So, yeah. But no, if you're interested in this series, check that link at the top of chat. There's a whole bunch of images of various close-ups of body parts too, like shoulders, arms. Like, I think it's really useful. So definitely, if you want to understand more about how muscles work and where they belong on the body, I think it's really helpful. And I'm gonna actually do a muscle study from this. I might do a little quick gesture of the figure, but I kind of want to pay attention, especially to the back muscles, because I think I just don't spend enough time looking at those muscles. I tend to, we all tend to draw figures typically from more front poses, or maybe side poses, but it's helpful to see them from this angle too, and just understand like where the hamstrings go, like what the back of the calves look like all that stuff is important too. Charzia, welcome in, it's so good to see you, and thank you so much. I'm actually really nervous about the front page, but that is the goal. For anyone who's missed it, I am pushing for partners so that I can be on the front page for Save the Vaquita Day. I really want to tell Twitch about this animal, and your lurking, your being here, your spreading the word is helping me achieve that. So just because I get partner, I want to clarify, does not mean they will give me front page. So it's very possible I could apply and they still say no. but I am kind of like structuring my entire push around this because it's something I really care about. And I think Twitch can help save the vaquita. I really do. And if you want to be a part of that, if you're interested in doing a vaquita themed stream around October 4th, I need to remake this image because it's actually not September 7th. And so that's part of why my push link doesn't link to this image anymore, because it's old info. But October 4th, I need to make a new image. If I have time this week, I'll do it. But anyway, if you're interested in doing some kind of a stream about the vaquita or helping to raise money or awareness, let me know. And I'm going to put together like an event calendar for like all the people who are interested in doing that for any category. Whether you're a gamer or you build Lego stuff or you do art or you do writing or anything. Science streams, just let me know. And I'm going to put that together, I think. And then that way you'll have people you could potentially raid into or go hang out and lurk on and just help. So that's helpful. Back muscles are such a blind spot. Same, Freaky. Yeah, for me too. We actually did a whole back and back anatomy study one time. And I probably need to do it again because I just think there's a lot to understand there. And they're really complex muscles that you don't see very well most of the time because of like, you basically have to have a model that has a 0% body fat to see the back muscles very clearly. And it's really important to me to understand like how these muscles attach to the bone. So like in the shoulder blades especially. For some reason, I've always had a hard time understanding like how the shoulder blades rotate and like what they're doing back there because I think they're kind of complex. And so if you want to know more about that too, like I said, if anyone's interested, click that link at the top of chat. You'll actually find quite a few shoulder and back study like from various angles there that I think are pretty helpful. Booksnail, welcome in. Thank you so much. Someone should do a vaquita themed game jam. Yeah, that'd be cool. But yeah, well, I would love that. If anyone is going to do that, let me know. And Isol, how are you? It's so good to see you. I was thinking about you yesterday. I feel like I haven't seen you stream in a minute, but I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for popping in. And maybe I've just missed them because my life has been crazy. It's been such a busy season for me. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out, and let's get started. Before I jump into the studies, I am actually going to do a very quick drumming animal. We're going to hydrate one more time. Thank you for that hydrate. Let's do a very quick drumming animal game. Feel free if anyone wants to get started. Like I said, don't think you have to wait on me, but wouldn't recommend it honestly. But let's go ahead and squeeze in another drumming animal. I've been doing terrible at this week. I have gotten so few of these correct. So, we doing the? Oh yeah, that's right, Artie Gob. Thank you for the prediction reminder. Let me start a prediction really fast. If anyone would like to guess how many studies I'm going to do, here's our typical art gym prediction. You can gamble your points. Sometimes I do a lot, sometimes I do very few. It just sort of depends on how the stream goes. So if you want to help with that, there you go. You can wager some channel points there. And if you would like some channel points to wager, you can follow, you can lurk to get those points, and you can stick it out through a raid. You also get quite a few for hanging out through a raid as well. You're ready? Hey Evan, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. You guys, another fantastic artist that you should all be following. We've had so many. Easel is here, Freaky Deek is here, Evan is here. A lot of my mods are also artists. We've got Charzia, we've got so many people. Zushi. Thank you all for being here. It's not helpful, I know, when I say this, but as I always say, everybody follow everybody. Everybody's so cool. Alright, we have a drumming animal for a hedgehog in honor of Video Game Day. Is it Video Game Day today? Happy Video Game Day, everyone. Let me know how you'll be celebrating. I'm sure I can't guess. How will you celebrate Video Game Day? We have a hedgehog. We have a hedgehog, folks. So here's how this game works. I've got 5 minutes to draw what I think this animal looks like. It's just a little like fun detour we do during stream. I will get back and do some studies here in a second, but about every 30 minutes this can be redeemed. So let's see. It is 9:31. I'm gonna have 5 minutes to draw what I think a hedgehog looks like. So let's get going. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they look like this. Yeah, just kind of little shuffly, spiky little guys. I'm not gonna draw Sonic the Hedgehog. I probably should have, but you know, guess I won't do any work today because of Video Game Day. Exactly. Enjoy your celebration. Okay, and there's his little face and his little hands. There we go. Again, this is just a little doodle of an animal without reference. That's my challenge. Hedgehogs, it turns out. We were learning about an animal. What was it called? Shoot, does anyone remember? It was just redeemed yesterday. It was like a Solindon or something like that. Oh, it's right over here. I can just peek. Yeah, Solenodon. Yeah, so apparently a Solenodon, despite sounding like a dinosaur, is not a dinosaur. It's like a small little mammal that is in the same family as hedgehogs, moles, and I think voles as well. Anyway. Hedgehogs, we all know them. We love them. They're cute little guys. Eat lots of bugs. All that good stuff. I don't actually know. Oh, shoot. I did it on the wrong layer. That's okay. I feel like they're kind of like a grayish brown, so I'm going to mute that a little bit. Dally, how you doing? Another fantastic artist you should all be following. It's good to see you. Hey, thanks for the lurk. Thanks, everybody, for the lurk, honestly. If you missed the update on the push, if anyone's curious, I will be... yeah, I will be applying for Twitch partner either tomorrow or Wednesday, or Thursday, sorry. Tomorrow is Wednesday, haha. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully be applying just as soon as I can. I don't want to delay at all because I'm also applying for Artist Alley at TwitchCon. And I don't know when or how they assess those applications, but part of me is kind of hoping that if they come on and they see that I'm partnered on Twitch, that they'll be like, oh, maybe we should let this person in. Because I would love to go. Would love to go to TwitchCon. So thank you all for helping lurk for that too. As soon as they let me know, I will let you guys know whether I got in or not. I'm trying to temper my hopes and just understand that it is very competitive and there's a high chance that I will not make it into TwitchCon. But every little bit helps, you know, and you guys are helping me get there. And I know I keep saying it and I probably sound like a broken record, but just seriously, thank you all so much for lurking, for supporting, for spreading the word, for all the shout outs. I've been seeing shout outs when I'm not even streaming. Like, people have just been really kind and supportive, and it really is like you guys doing this. Like, I'm just showing up and like flailing like I always do, but you guys have really showed up this last month and helped me do this push and made it so seamless, honestly, and I'm just really, really grateful. So thank you all. Okay, here's my little hedgehog. He wubs you all. There you go. Let's go see what they really look like. I didn't quite take the whole 5 minutes, but that's okay. Hey Science, how's it going? Sorry, I missed a lot of people when I was doing that. I saw we are drawing, no, Science, we are not drawing naked ladies today. Science streams, Bulent, sir, I am trying to push for partner and TwitchCon. Do not be saying that we are drawing naked people here while Twitch might be looking at my stream. Trying to get me in trouble? Are you trying to get me, like, blacklisted? My goodness. Alright, you guys, guess what? I got it. I'm gonna say I got it. I didn't quite do the markings exactly correctly. I covered him a little too much in quills. But guess what? I think I got the hedgehog, okay? I got the little, like, frosted tips. I always remember the little frosted tips that they have, kind of like a 90s boy band. That's what hedgehogs always remind me of. But yeah, I didn't quite do the underbelly spikes quite correct, but that's okay. Hedgehog is a spiny mammal of the subfamily, Erinacinae, I think. It's, I'm not going to try to say that word. It's in that family. There's 17 species and 5 genera found throughout parts of Europe, Asia, and Africa, and in New Zealand by introduction. There are no hedgehogs native to Australia and no living species native to the Americas. Really? Did not know that, actually. The extinct genus was once present in North America. I wonder how long ago we had hedgehogs here. Let's see. The genus contains 14 species. When did it live? Oh, 30 million years ago. Okay, a while. It's been a while. It wasn't like a recent extinction. Okay. Well, there we are. The name hedgehog came into use around the year 1450, derived from the Middle English hedgehog. Because it frequents hedgerows. Okay, okay. It's also called an urchin or a hedge pig. Aw, hedge pig is kind of cute. Easily recognized for their spines, which are hollow hairs. So they're not quills, they're hollow hairs made stiff with keratin. Their spines are not poisonous or barbed, and unlike the quills of a porcupine, do not easily detach from their bodies. Immature animal spines normally fall out as they are replaced with adult spines. This is called quilling. Okay, so they do shed when they're younger. They can also shed when it's diseased or under stress. Okay. Usually brown with pale tips to the spines, though blonde hedgehogs are found in the channel of Alderney. I don't know where that is. British Crown somewhere. Okay, cool. Oh, look, a hedgehog skeleton. Yeah, see, listen. There's no way you're coming up with this from the, it just makes you wonder, like, how many extinct animals that we don't know, like, what their exterior looked like at all. Like, this could be any rodent, you know? So interesting. Well, if you want to learn more about the hedgehog, here you go. I'm going to copy that for you. Thank you, Suntroa, for posting that Draw Me an Animal. And let's get back to some studies. I'm going to be doing some time gesture studies, but I am going to do a quick muscle study of the back using this reference here. Let's see. Yeah, sorry it didn't look like Sonic. Hey Dracon, how are you? Welcome in. If I missed saying hi to anybody, I'm so sorry. Let's see. I'm behind in chat already. You're just... Wait, what? Hey Septic, I'm glad you liked my hedgehog. Okay, there we go. Can I say what again? Wait, can I say what again? Oh, the hedgerow thing? No. It does look like a chia pet. Alright, and thanks again everybody for hanging out. I really appreciate the support. Okay, let's go ahead and dig right into the art gym. So again, if anyone wants to participate in the art gym, here is a link to the Discord. There is an art gym section if you don't want to post on the Blue Sky page, like under that, or on the Twitter. I don't think there's a way to directly reply to stories on Instagram, but frankly, I don't use Instagram as much as I used to, so maybe there is, and I just don't know. So let me know if there's like a way to do that, because that would also be an easy way for me to find and share stuff. So quick muscle study here. I'm just going to be looking for like the big muscle groups. I'm not really focused on detail. I find that whenever you're doing a study, I think it's really important to remember why you're studying, like what you're trying to learn. So for me, what I'm trying to learn is the muscles. Okay, so I'm just kind of loosely blocking in these shapes and really trying to focus on like what I'm noticing with these muscle groupings. So yeah. I think this is true for not just like when you're doing organic things, but when you're doing any kind of thing. What is Twitter? Yeah, I don't know. It's a place that I don't go often. Never really have, but especially lately. Honestly, like the microblogging style of social media is just a little too time intensive for me. Like even with Blue Sky, I have to go. It goes in waves of activity, you know. Like I don't always. I think I was more active there a few months ago, and I've kind of just been really busy lately and haven't had time for that kind of interaction. But all right, just to be extra safe with Twitch, we are going to put some undies on this lady, just to make sure Twitch knows I'm not drawing any nudie pants here. But yeah, I want to pay attention to like what I'm noticing with these muscle groups, like where they attach, how they attach. Thinking about what their purpose is, not just copying lines. So when you're doing these studies, you want to make sure you are studying and not copying. It's a very fine line to walk, and it's one that I have to navigate still and have to be really intentional about thinking about. So don't feel bad if you fall into that category. And it does sort of depend on like what your purpose is, right? Like if you're trying to become a better hyperrealist, maybe you want to like practice like and flex that observational copy muscle, right? So anytime you're practicing like an art skill, it's really thinking of it as a muscle. I mean, that's why we call this the art gym, right? We're just practicing. We're doing that hard work part of art making, which is practicing. And when you're doing that, you want to think about your end goal, right? For a lot of people in chat, myself included, my end goal is to become better at drawing from imagination. And if I want to be better at drawing from imagination, it's important to remember I'm not trying to copy, I'm trying to understand, you know? I'm trying to understand form. I'm trying to understand like purpose. I'm trying to understand usage. Think about it in the same way that like, you know, a doctor would study an anatomy book so they know where things go. That's kind of, I mean, artists in a lot of ways have to operate like scientists, and you have to become very analytical about what it is you're working on in order to like really commit it to memory. And so that's because I haven't spent a lot of time studying specifically back muscles. It just feels like something I really need to focus on. It feels like a weakness in my human anatomy repertoire, I suppose. Hey, Blue Wolf, how you doing? Of course, you could also operate like a scientist such as Science and just scream about undies. That could also be an option. But I think for a lot of folks, at least in the medical field, it's really important to understand how everything attaches and connects. and like the inner workings of the human body. And like I said, in a lot of ways, I kind of think artists have to kind of adopt that mindset. I'm doing pretty okay, Blue Wolf. I'm doing pretty okay. I'm a little sleepy today. I had an appointment this morning. I had to let the chickens out, and then so it was kind of busy and hectic. Although when I got to the chicken coop, they were already out, and it was like 6:50 in the morning. So I'm like, either somebody showed up and opened them up on the wrong day, or they didn't get put away last night, which actually worries me quite a bit. So I need to be better about checking the volunteer chart and making sure that we're covered, because we definitely don't want to be leaving the chickens like unattended with the door open to their coop at night, because that's how you get all of your chickens eaten by predators. So yeah, let's maybe not do that. I probably need to make a note to myself to email the coordinator and let her know that they were out when I got there, so she knows perhaps somebody forgot to show up for their shift or something. I don't know. How you doing, Rue? It's good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Why is there so much emphasis on non-dress models and figure drawing if one's usual art subjects are unlikely to not be clothed? Yeah, that's a great question. So think of it this way: like if you're only ever drawing, So I guess the best way to explain it is like if I was only ever studying lions in t-shirts, I would never understand what's going on underneath, right? You need to fully understand the anatomy to be able to know what you're drawing and where it belongs. Another important thing about figure drawing, I mean, I always recommend if you're able to take a figure drawing class to do it. If you can't find like a fully unclothed figure class, at least find one that is like minimal costuming, because you really need to understand the pieces of what you're drawing. And if you, like, for example, if I don't understand how the back muscles work, then I'm not going to understand what's going on and how they are pressing on the clothes. Like, why am I seeing wrinkles in certain places in the clothing? Well, it's because the shoulder blade is doing this, or the deltoid is doing this. Why am I seeing different types of pulls? It's like a fuller understanding. If you're understanding, it'd be like trying to see the world except for you have one eye covered. You're just not going to get a full dimension of anything. You're also not going to understand value, how value impacts skin tone. It's just important to understand as much as you possibly can to become proficient. And then yes, when you typically are drawing, for the most part, depending on the field that you go into in art, you're typically going to be drawing, like, yes, a clothed person in some form or fashion. But you find this problem a lot, actually, and you can tell when somebody hasn't done a lot of figure study, because their forms. The other thing that clothes do is they support flesh in various ways, right? Whether it's pants or shirts or undergarments, like, it's going to create unnatural shapes that aren't how the human body actually works. You see this a lot in comic work, I think, when people have only ever studied like comic book figures and they haven't really done like a life drawing class. You just end up with a lot of like shapes that don't make sense. And you end up with a lot of like, it's just very clear that somebody hasn't studied anatomy. So that's why when I do a clothed figure study, I do try to find minimal clothing, not because it's doing anything for me. It's just because I'm trying to understand. And it's important to do, it's, again, like, you wouldn't want to go to a doctor or a surgeon who had only ever looked at, who had never looked at an actual naked human body, because they don't understand what they're looking at. They're not going to understand how to help you. It's not as critical, obviously, with art as far as life or death situation, but I really do. It kind of falls into the same breadth of understanding. Like, I'm not going to be able to correctly draw your character or this project or whatever if I haven't really studied the human body. It's just a skill set issue. It creates a skill issue, basically. No, I'm not trying to shame anybody, Freaky. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I do think if anyone is, like, I always tell people, if you are, plus your work is incredible. Like, I don't think you have anything to be ashamed about, but it's hard too. Like, I don't have the money to take a figure drawing class. I haven't taken a live figure drawing class since college. I was able to take one in college, and it's been so long. I'm not going to say how long, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been able to do a life drawing class. But I always encourage people, like, if you live by a university or if you know a bunch of local artists, honestly, like, I don't know enough people locally, otherwise I would try to get together, like, maybe pool some money and get some artists together who want to commit to doing like a weekly or even a monthly live figure drawing session, because it's just, it's just so helpful. The fastest my work ever grew from in proficiency was when I was taking a live figure drawing class. And if you are somebody who feels stuck with your art, like you feel like you're not progressing, highly recommend doing some live figure study. Like just having to look at a model who isn't. So here's the other benefit, right? So if you only ever draw from like two-dimensional reference like this, there's this implied line, right? You can end up accidentally copying or like visually, like mentally tracing the implied line. Like I'm kind of doing it here. I'm drawing the outline. I'm not necessarily thinking about shape. And part of that is because this has already been flattened for my brain, right? My brain is basically looking at something that's already been turned three-dimensional for me. So I don't have to do any of that critical processing. I don't have to understand value as much. I don't have to interpret the figure to find the implied line. When you're in front of a figure in like with some lighting and some contrast, like in 3 dimensions, like in the real world, your brain has to find all that on its own. And it just naturally is going to start to understand form a lot better. And to go back to the question about clothing, the less you have in the way of understanding that form, the faster you're going to learn real anatomy, instead of like just always looking at stylized anatomy, which is what can happen when we only ever draw from animation or comics or video games or movies. You're just going to learn more. Hopefully that makes sense. But definitely nobody should feel ashamed. Definitely nobody should feel ashamed. It's just one of those things. Yeah. Sculpting does help a lot. Yes, Freaky. I feel like a lot of times when people ask me like how, and again, I'm not like take everything I say with a grain of salt, but in my own experience, when people are like, how can I get better at drawing? I'm struggling to understand form. I always tell people, pick up some sculpture, like do it with your actual hands if you can. Find some Sculpey or even some Play-Doh, honestly. It's not going to be ideal, but finding a way to like interpret the form 3-dimensionally is going to help your brain learn to draw 3-dimensionally. Because really, when you're drawing, you're describing the form in dimension, right? It's what you're supposed to be attempting. If you really want to commit it to your visual library, your creative bank account, and be able to pull that information out later to draw with, then you've got to start understanding that you're not just copying something. You are describing a 3-dimensional form when you draw. And a good way to teach your brain how to do that is to pull out some Sculpey and just sculpt something that you see, or even something that you're looking at online, because it'll quickly show you where your gaps in understanding form are, 1. And 2, it's going to help your brain exercise the ability to see form. And because you can turn that figure from all angles and you'll be able to see very quickly. It's like, oh, that doesn't look right. Like I know what people are supposed to look like, or I know what an arm is supposed to look like, and I've kind of not gotten this correct. It's gonna help a lot. So anyway, hopefully that sort of answered some of the questions in chat. Again, these are just my personal experiences. It does not mean that I have like the end all be all final say in like how to get better at art. Everyone's on their own journey. Everyone's comes to different conclusions, but for me, that I feel like picking up sculpting at a young age really helped me kind of learn how to draw sculpturally. Because like when I'm drawing from imagination, I feel like I'm sculpting the form. Like I'm describing the form when I draw. Like if I was gonna draw, a creature, I'm not drawing the outline. I'm trying to describe like what's actually going on. And because I'm thinking about that as I'm drawing, right? Like here's just like a random fluffy dragon or something. But it's gonna help me. This is like a character of mine. I got art fight on the brain. But this is a terrible drawing. But what I'm trying to explain is the reason I'm able to draw from like different angles is that I'm thinking about the rib cage as I do this, right? I'm thinking about where the shoulder blades go. I'm thinking about how the neck attaches here. I'm thinking about those underlying muscles. I'm not drawing all of them, but I'm describing them as I draw. And that's what eventually starts to happen when you are able to think about form. And some of the best ways to do that is to study from real 3-dimensional form. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. Main problem or weakness you could say is human faces rather than bodies and hands. Yeah, that's common. I have a really big hard time with faces too. On that note, I probably need to take my own advice and sculpt some human faces. I think that would really help me understanding how to draw human faces a little more naturally. Definitely should be, freaky. Yeah, we talk about art and process a lot during the art gym. And also, if anyone in chat is an artist and you've come to a different conclusion or you have a different way of doing it, share. I think that's one of the biggest benefits that I've really gotten from being a part of the art Twitch community is that there's so many different types of experiences and types of artists out here, and we're all just like, I don't know, I guess I can't speak for everybody, but I'm out here just trying to learn, and you guys are helping me learn by being present, holding me accountable, one, to doing studies, but also just like sharing your own experiences and journeys, and just talking through all this stuff is super helpful. I'm sure there's other people who feel this way, and I say this all the time about art Twitch, but part of the appeal of streaming and at all for me is the fact that like art is super isolating, right? Like I'm in this studio by myself all the time, and I'm kicking myself for not starting streaming sooner, or getting back into streaming sooner, I should say, because it's like you just miss out on so much community as an artist, and especially if you're not in like a studio environment, right? Like I don't go to a studio where I share the space with other artists and we can like talk and get feedback. I think you just grow so much faster, and that's why so many people say that they grow in like studio environments, like at a gaming studio. Oh my gosh, Freaky Deek, holy cow. Thank you. Jeez Louise, thank you. Subscribed at tier 1 for 6 months in advance. That is super kind of you. I really appreciate that. Hey, before you run off, I don't know if you have to lurk, but I'm doing this thing called the Sub Zoo, and anyone who subs in the month of July, we can be added to the Party Animal Sub Zoo. So if you want to be a party animal, I've got a little missing animals list. I'm going to add you to it. But if you want to pick an animal for the Sub Zoo, here's me. I'm the little zookeeper. We're doing a party theme because I'm kind of wishful thinking, like hoping that I get approved for partner this month. So we're just doing a little party. One, just celebrating being done with the majority of the push. We're kind of in the holding pattern here. So that alone is a celebratory thing. But if you want to be a part of it, let me know what animal or creature I can draw joining in on the party. I'll add you to the list over here. Thank you so much. And that's open to anybody who subs. The way to get added, if anyone's curious, I'm going to be catching up on this huge list tomorrow, probably. But you sub or gift a sub to be added. And then, yeah, just like if you want to be in future sub zoos, if we keep doing this, just like pop in, and whenever it gives you that, hey, this is your 2-month anniversary, just like put that in chat so that I know, and I'll add you to future ones as well. A freaky turtle or tortoise? Perfect. Yeah, let's do it. I'll add you here. Thank you again, Freaky Deek. That was really kind to sub like that. Freaky Deek. There we go. And I'll get you added tomorrow probably. I don't think I'll have time today because I'm pretty much going to do the art gym this morning, and then I got like a bajillion things I have to get done today. So I can't take any extra time. But we'll be doing it. Let's do a tortoise. I don't think I've done a tortoise yet, if that's okay. A tortoise. So yeah, we'll do a party tortoise. And thanks again for subbing. And then, of course, if anyone does like multiple subs at once, that's how you get color. So like 5 gift subs at once is how you get color. 10 or more, we start doing giveaways. 20 or more, we do like a print giveaway. Anyway, I'm going to save that so I don't lose it. And thanks again. That means a lot. Shoot, I think I broke it. Hold on. Okay, there we go. It works. I know, right? Yesterday it wasn't working. It also helps to try and make the poses yourself and be aware of your muscles. Yeah, as much as we all hate looking at ourselves, having a mirror, I think that's a common animation technique too, right? For all the animators in chat, is like making facial expressions and noticing what muscles you see kind of like tensing or relaxing as you do things. Where do you see wrinkles showing up? You know, all that kind of stuff. And faces are so different, right? Like the slightest different placement of a face muscle can totally change the appearance of a person. It's so crazy. And I'm sure that's true for animals too, and we're just not highly attuned to notice the difference in critters. But with people, it's like, yeah, face variety is so broad. Man, I really gotta study faces more. Stutter, perhaps. Let's see. Okay. Stream Scribe, welcome in. It's good to see ya. How are you? You're here just cooking dinner? Oh, well, thanks for lurking and listening. I really appreciate that. And again, thank you to everybody for hanging out. It means a lot. Exactly. Okay. Doing good? That's good. I'm trying to pick a new reference here. So I'm going to do some timed studies really fast. I'm going to do some time gestures. And then hopefully, I don't know. I probably will keep them off screen the references and just do like the quick gesture studies. Just because I worry sometimes that some of these messages are going to be like, or some of these images are going to be maybe not work safe because I don't always have total control over that. So it makes me a little worried. But I'm going to use one of those timed platforms that you see linked in the link at the top of chat. So again, if you guys click that link at the top and you go to my human folder, I'll just show you really fast. You can come down here to the resources figure studies section and just be aware some of these are not safe for work or have options that are not safe for work, but all the previews should be fine. But basically there's like a whole bunch of different options that can show you like different ways of doing timed poses. The one I typically use is line of action. But there's also like the Sketch Daily and Just Sketch Me is really good. Pose Maniacs also I think has a timed one too. So yeah, just pick whichever one that you like. Gila Monster, I'm not sure how to say it. We're gonna do that really fast then, Dracon. Let me just pull this up really quick and get my poses ready. All right. I don't know if there's a way to pause it actually. Okay. So yeah, hopefully this doesn't accidentally go on stream, but I'm gonna do some quick studies. I'm gonna start with like 30-second gestures. I've got a little timer here. Gila Monster, there it is. That's why I thought I was saying it wrong. You know when you're a kid and you just read stuff and you just pronounce it that way and then it gets stuck in your head? That's definitely one of them. We had those, I think we have them in Texas, or at least in like southern Texas. I could be wrong. We definitely had them at the zoo. Okay, so 30-second studies. Gonna be mostly looking at form here, but also just kind of trying to pay attention to anatomy a little bit and apply a little bit of what I learned just now by doing this back study to this. So here we go. I got some feet down here. Ah, what was that sound? That was a scary sound. Oh, I think that was my study session. Oh, okay, that must be what it is. So we're going to be focusing on form as much as possible. I just want to make extra sure that Twitch knows I'm not drawing anything sus here. Okay. Da-da. These are fast studies. Okay, next one is coming up shortly. Okay, hold on. I need to pause this. How do I pause this? I don't think it's letting me pause this. We have a quick draw me an animal, so let me do that really fast. Hey, Ungoy, how are you? It's good to see you. Oops. Let's skedaddle back to draw me an animal really fast. So I think this will be my last one I can squeeze into this sheet. Let's see. It's not my birthday, Paradox Moose. Moose, it is my birth month, not my birthday. How are you, though? It's good to see you. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes to draw what I think this Gila monster looks like. It is 10:01. I know we have an ad coming up, so I'm just going to use that as my timer, even though it's a little bit under 5 minutes, but fairly certain this is a lizard. And I think, if I remember, it has like a chonky tail. It's kind of what I remember, is like it's a little chonky guy. And stripy. Chonky and stripy is my memory of the Gila monster. I saw one, I think, at the Fort Worth Zoo last time I was there. So, yeah. I think they're like orange and red, or excuse me, orangish red and black is what I'm trying to say. And once the ads start, we'll do a stretch, and then we'll get back to doing some studies, and we'll see how close I got. If the only rule with the Draw Me an Animal game is that you don't spoil it, so don't give me any hints in chat. Don't tell me if I got it right or wrong. Just, you know, laugh as I mess it up, or whatever. I just remember they have like stripes, but I don't remember exactly how the stripes work. or like what part of their body some of it's on. That looks incorrect. This looks incorrect. But that's okay. That is okay. I'm just gonna give them little teeths. Just because I want to. I feel like maybe the stripes are thinner? I don't remember. Don't remember. Maybe a few more stripes? I have no idea. I just remember stripes. That's all I remember, stripes. Maybe a little dark leg, perhaps, with some stripes. Okay, and then that they're desert animals. It's your birthday? Wait, Paradox, is it really your birthday, or are you just saying that? I don't know how to take birthdays seriously with you anymore. If it's really your birthday, then happy birthday. If you're just trying to get me to say when my birthday is. It really is? Oh, well, happy birthday. Everybody wish Paradox Moose happy birthday. Happy birthday to everyone whose birthday it is. It's not my birthday, Envoy. But it is Moose's birthday. It's my birthday for your birthday. Well, you're off by a little bit. It's not really my birthday, but... Oh my gosh, BJ White. Thank you for gifting Paradox Moose. That is so sweet of you, BJ. And oh my gosh, 100 gift subs, BJ. I think you are the first person to hit 100. I'm pretty sure. I don't think anybody has gifted that many. That is so kind. Thank you so much. And BJ, unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume you're also gifting your sub doodle to Paradox Moose. So Moose, I'm pretty sure you also get a sub doodle. So yeah, thank you again, BJ. That's really, really sweet. Moose, if you'd like to be in the sub zoo, let me know. And then after the ads, we're going to look at the Gila monster. There we go. So just let me know when you're ready if you'd like to be a critter of a kind. Maybe a party moose. And I'll put you here in the sub zoo. A plum floating in perfume served... Wait, what? What? Gifting subs is a really kind thing to do. So you don't want to be a critter. You want to be a plum photo... I don't know how to draw this, but okay. A plum... Yeah, what? I feel like this is a reference to something that I don't know. In perfume... served in hat. Okay. Well, it's not really a party animal, but I'll do my best. You're probably going to be in a party hat. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I have no idea what we're talking about here. But we are about to be in an ad, so we're going to look at the Gila monster after the ads. If you'd like to stretch with me, we're going to do a stretch during the ads. If anyone's wanting to help support the stream, just hang out through the ads. Yeah, there it is. I figured it was a reference to something. So I'm going to stretch really fast, and I'll see you guys after the ads. If you have a sub, feel free to enjoy stretching with me. If you don't, then, you know, I appreciate anybody who sits it out through the ads, but no worries if you can't. All you're missing is stretching, and then we'll get back to looking up the Draw Me Animal here in a moment. So if you want to join me, we're just going to arch the back and push the shoulder blades together. So we're going to unshrimp ourselves, folks. So you're going to take yourself from like a hunched posture. Maybe you're hunched over a laptop or a book or a phone, and you're going to overcorrect into like a C or a J shape, I guess, depending on how you're looking at it. And then hold, and you're going to kind of like, as you arch your back, you're just going to push those shoulder blades together and hold. So this is basically like an overcorrection stretch, and you're going to really be flexing those muscles to push them together. Studio Rock, thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate that. I'm pushing and holding for about 20 to 45 seconds. Feel free to go, you know, whatever length you'd like within that range. If you go too long, it will, it could overstretch something and possibly cause like an overuse injury, or like a, not overuse, but like an over, I don't know. It can basically strain something. So you don't want to go too much past 45 seconds. But if you don't go enough time, it actually won't stretch enough. So there's like a, you know, like a range. So 20 to 45 seconds is what I've heard is really good. I think I've hit my 20, 25-ish, so I'm going to relax, basically. So I'm going to overcorrect, and then I'm going to just unarch my back. So what that does is it kind of pushes the shoulders back from like a rolled position. So if you have a tendency to roll your shoulders forward, it's going to kind of correct that. And just by overcorrecting your hunch, you're basically going to be able to put yourself in a more upright position. Okay, and then after you've done that one, if you would like to join me in a carpal tunnel stretch, here's my favorite carpal tunnel stretch. So you're gonna hold your hand out like this, point it at the ground. Excuse me, point it at the ground, and then take your other hand and gently pull toward your body. Just gonna kind of get your thumb and your fingers in there if you can. This is supposed to be a really good tendon and hand stretch. So you're just gonna like hold this position again for 20 to 45 seconds. If you tend to have like tingling or numbness in your fingers and wrist or your hand, or just any kind of like strain, it could potentially be signs of an overuse strain. And so supposedly this is going to be one of the better stretches to help correct like carpal tunnel problems or maybe prevent carpal tunnel. So I try to do this one at least once an hour. Yes, we also has a good chance to hydrate for sure. Yeah, just holding. I think I just usually use my ad timer to kind of keep track of my time. And then after you've done that, you're just gonna, yeah, we should be almost done. Tendinitis is the overuse. Carpal tunnel is an anatomical issue. Oh, is it? But I know so many people who've had carpal tunnel that did not have it all the time. They had it after overuse injury. I'm not sure. All I know is the physical therapist I saw told me that that was the best carpal tunnel stretch to help loosen those tendons to make sure that you don't get it. So I just do what I'm told. I'm just sharing that knowledge. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Amaze. I just saw that. I will address that. Okay. So we should be back from ads now. Let's see if I got the Gila monster correct. I don't know if I did. Oh shoot, it's not nearly as stripy as I remember. But it is a chonky-tailed lizard. So I'm gonna say I kinda got this one. So this is a Gila monster. If you haven't seen one before. It's a species of venomous lizard native to the southwestern US and the northwestern Mexican state of Sonora. It's a heavy, slow-moving reptile up to 22 inches long. Yeah, they can get pretty big. It's the only venomous lizard native to the United States. There we go. Oh, Bananagram, thank you so much for that follow. I really appreciate that. Here's their range down here. Oh, wait, maybe it doesn't show their range. That's lame. Usually they show their range on Wikipedia. Bummer. Well, here's what they look like. They are kind of stripy, but it's a lot more mottled than I remember. And here's all the different varieties. So some of them can even be spotted. But this is the kind, H. suspectum, which is an amazing name, is the type that I am familiar with. I wonder if that's the type that lives in Texas, because that's the type I always saw in books when I was growing up in Texas. I wonder if that one lives here. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it doesn't show it. Yeah. Let's see. So I'm going to say that I got it like... I mean, I made mine more stripy than you're supposed to have them. But I did get the dark colored face, because I did remember they had a darker face. I just couldn't remember where the stripes and stuff were. But I'm going to say I got like 75% of the way there, you know? I just got the markings a little bit wrong, but I knew that it was a lizard with a chonky tail. So I'm going to say I'm going to say I passed. I passed this one. Has a fearsome reputation and is sometimes killed despite the species being protected by state law in Arizona. Aww. It's sluggish in nature. Aw, they shouldn't kill them. Don't kill them. I'm trying to find another fun fact to share about them. They go back to the Cretaceous period. That's pretty interesting. Well, anyway, if you want to learn more about these guys, I don't know which subspecies is more native to Texas. I was kind of hoping I could find out, but it doesn't look like I'm going to. So here you go. If you want to read more about these guys, I'm going to say I passed, though. Oh, named by Edward Drinker Cope. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but, like, if they're a slow giant lizard, I feel like you can just relocate them. Or, like, get them to move on. Oh, wait, I got that one right. Hold on. I'm gonna say I got that one. Okay, I finally got one right. You guys have missed so many drumming animals this week. Okay, let's get back to the studies. Okay, I need to pick a new reference picture here. I kind of want to do some different time gestures. I feel like these... Hold on, let me reset my categories here really fast so I can do some quicker gestures. Okay, maybe this will work. And again, if anyone is studying along and you'd like to join in at the end, we will be doing the show and tell in about 30 minutes. So you've got plenty of time. Let me just make sure. Hold on, this music is like strangely intense today. Did you get cheese last night? I did. Well, yes. But I am going to go back to the store today and finish my grocery shopping. I did not get all the things I needed. I was kind of late. I was actually kind of running late to my appointment. Apparently yesterday I was supposed to be there at 7:30 and not 7:45, so I was about 20 minutes late, which is not my favorite. So did not have time to basically everything just went a little bit later than it should have, so I didn't get to do the full shopping list. But I will be doing that probably after stream today. I have a few things I need to do. I need to go drop some stuff off at the post office, so I'm gonna finish some things here after stream, and then I'm gonna go do a grocery run. So did not have time to find Havarti, in other words. Making them art gains. We're trying to, Ultima Pumpkin Pie. We're trying to. As far as I can see at a glance, there are no subspecies of Gila monster. The image you looked at shows the Gila monster and the other lizards within the same genus. Oh, I see. I misread that. To be fair, I'm not looking at anything super in-depth when I'm doing Draw Me an Animal, so if I misspeak, just as I always say, not a pro. Don't take anything I say as gospel. I don't ever want to be misquoted and like, I don't know, that's kind of like a fear that I have. Maybe it's not valid, but like, I don't know. I just want people to like point at me and be like, Casey said this thing and it was super wrong. Oh, don't listen to anything she says. It's like, it's so strange. It's so strange. You're a pro. I'm not partnered, Paradox Moose. What are you talking about? There is no partnered that has happened yet. No, but thank you for clarifying, Charlie's Dragon. All that to say, this is why we have the no pro command. I don't ever want anyone to take anything I say as like any kind of a pedestal. I'm just here flailing. Let's see. Yeah, there it is, Marcus. Almost partnered. Almost. I don't know about pro, Charlie's Dragon. Almost partnered. We'll take that maybe, but not. I don't ever necessarily want anyone to think that I'm some kind of like authority figure on anything. It's very intimidating, that level of pressure. I'm just flailing along with the rest of you. Okay. Let's see. Alright, I think I got this thing set up the way I need it to be. Maybe I should put it on this screen, actually. I don't know. Wait, what are we... Okay. Let's try this again. I don't really like that it won't let me... I don't like that it won't let me be more specific. Okay. 30 seconds on the clock. Ready, go. Oh, that's green. I don't want to draw in green. Okay. Or draw that way. Well, I just wasted all my time with this one, but that's okay. Got this very athletic pose here. Trying to just think about muscle groups. Not really focusing too much on detail just yet. Especially when you only have 30 seconds. I'm drawing this too big for 30 seconds. It needs to be small. It's probably the wrong layer. Yeah. It's probably the wrong layer, Marcus. Not gonna lie. When in doubt, I'm probably on the wrong layer. Actually, no, I think it is the right layer. I just glanced. But you can always, it never hurts to double check with me. Right, trying to think about, that little beep sound. I need to figure out how to turn that off, but that is the, that's the, like, timer on my, oh, there it went. It's gone. Okay, moving on. Next one. Another back one. This is great. They've actually been giving me a lot of, like, back poses, which is kind of nice. This one, I feel like I need more time, actually. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do this one. I kind of prefer doing figure studies on traditional media because I don't like having to... I don't know. So for some reason, I find figure studies more difficult digitally. So I'm gonna lengthen these in a second and do a 2-minute study just to give me a little more time. But the 30-second ones I find to be like a really nice warm-up. Okay, time is up on that one. We're gonna switch here. Alright, okay, fine. Switching to a new one. Do one more, and then I'm gonna increase the time limit. Come on, show me the thingy. Show me the thingy. Oh my gosh, this person is so... I can't see anything. Hold on. This one is not useful. That person was literally wearing an entire drape. Like, I couldn't see any defining characteristics of the form. It's like, this isn't a clothed model. This is a covered model. Okay, we got a very nice different body type here, which is fun to see. Another back one. You don't think anyone predicted this many studies? It happens. It happens. Sometimes people don't think I'm going to do that many drawings. It is a figure drawing day, so if I'm doing timed studies, they tend to be pretty fast. Yeah, I think I'm drawing these too big because I'm not able to check proportion when I draw them this way. So these are probably a little bit out of proportion, but... trying to think again about muscles and such. Really grounding things. I need to do more, like, parts of the body studies, I think, like legs or arms or, you know, feet or something. Okay. This is a great one. I should pause this one and do a longer study. Actually, I might do that. This is a really nice one. Okay, I'm gonna set a timer on my phone, actually. Am I getting a dog? Wait, what? What do you mean, am I getting a dog? Who said I was getting a dog? I don't know what we're talking about right now. Gotta remember to predict more on figure study days. Yeah, apparently I didn't even look at the predictions, but apparently nobody predicted. Wait, getting a dog? Wait, what? Whoever said I was getting a dog? I literally can't have an animal in my apartment. So no, I'm not getting a dog. Nice try. Nice try. Alright. Timed for about 2 minutes. Just try to... You still want to go like a little bit quicker, even if you have a longer time, because you don't want to kind of fiddle around with the details too much. You really want to focus on like what you're observing with muscles and what you're observing with proportion. At least that's my purpose when I'm getting into a study. Everyone could be different, but my main focus is going to be those things because that's what I need to commit to memory, is anatomical proportion and just kind of general anatomy form. Like, where are you seeing things? And also, like, different ages helps. Oops, hold on. No, wait. No, wait. No, wait. I set my own timer. Stop. Okay, I almost lost it there. Lost a few seconds there, but that's okay. Yeah. Also, checking for negative space is something you can do to check your proportions as well. So like this space right here between the body, that would be a negative space. And so you can check that against like what it looks like in person if you're drawing from, you know, actual human, or from your reference. And that's going to help you too. Just think about all the different ways you have to make landmarks. It's all going to be useful. So like that I really messed up on. I made the leg too high. There was a more than 3 option. Yeah, did anybody click the more than 3? I actually didn't check, so I have no idea what people chose. Alright, I messed this one up. I liked it better before, even though it was disproportionate. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's only slightly disproportionate. It's whatever. Perfection is not the goal. Proficiency is the goal. So there we are. Okay, got about... Oh, and we're done. That's all I have time for. Okay. So only draw the background. The figure will appear. I mean, I guess that is a way you could attempt it. Medical doggy? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. 2 people did. Okay, so some people guessed right then. Alright, let me just really quickly, so I don't get in trouble, even though these people are clothed, I'm just gonna, you know, reinforce the clothing. This guy had, like, most of these people had shorts on, or at least a bikini. I'm just trying to focus on form, but I'm always a little worried that Twitch is gonna see this and think I'm doing nudie drawings. This is just how you make a drawing. Even when you're just drawing character, you tend to draw shapes first. Does anyone else ever feel like you run into that? Do you know what I mean? Like when you're drawing something, you have people walk up to you and be like, why is your person naked? And you're like, I literally just started. Literally just started. The tricky elbow, yeah. The tricky elbow from different angles. Why is this song so loud compared to the other one? Is that just me? Yeah, but I do get worried when I do figure studies on Twitch that that's what a moderator is going to see and think I'm doing, so I have to be really clear about, like, drawing the clothing, you know what I mean? Yeah, superheroes are literally high definition. Yeah, I call those high definition suits. Superhero suits, those spandex suits, it's just high definition superhero. Like, I mean, to be fair, like, the clothing, again, does kind of push and support things in different ways that aren't supernatural. And you can kind of tell the difference when you see a real human body. It's like, this is usually why it's so eye-opening for people who take a figure drawing class but have only drawn from, like, comics or drawn from, you know, games and stuff and haven't actually drawn from real humans, is like, the human form looks very different when it's not in a spandex suit, you know? Or it's not super idealized. Like, there's gonna be saggy spots and wrinkles and, like, veins in places you wouldn't expect. It's, again, not to keep talking about why it's so important, but it is really important to, like, draw from actual human life, you know? Like, living figures in front of you. Plus, you, like, see how they breathe. You see how their muscles are moving. You just get a fuller understanding of, like, how the human body works when you draw from a real, living, breathing human in front of you. There's never an out-of-shape... Rarely is there an out-of-shape superhero. I wouldn't say never, but rarely. And it tends to be like a character growth point, you know? Like in, like, The Incredibles, you know, Mr. Incredible getting back in shape, for example. But I would say that's kind of not the norm. Yeah, for sure, Moose. It's a lot easier to design a human without clothing, for sure. Yeah, Thor was out of shape in one of the Marvel films, but I think, wasn't he also wearing a suit? Like, it wasn't like it wasn't his real body, you know? There should be a superhero that can't do stairs. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, there are ADA superheroes, right? Like Professor X from X-Men. He was in a wheelchair. He couldn't do stairs. He could levitate them, probably. Yeah, exactly. Oracle, there you go. There's been a few. Venture Brothers had a lot of other shaped superheroes and villains. I've never seen the Venture Bros. Okay, let me do Let's do another one. Okay, I'm gonna put this next one on the screen just because I'm being paranoid about Twitch. I can always come back and do these time studies on my own time. Not that I will, but you know, like in theory, I could do that, which is why I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna do an interaction pose. I feel like I don't do enough studies of figures interacting. So let's do this hugging pose. Very cute. Oh, this is an extremely blurry image, though. Okay. Let's do this one. Boink, boink, boink. We'll just do a quick little study of this one. A quick gesture drawing. You would think the many would get arthritis as they age? Probably, Neil. Yeah. Hey, Jay Stiller. How's it going? I could come back to this, but I probably won't. Yeah. This is why I need the accountability of streaming, though. How you doing, Jay? Thanks for dropping in. We're doing obviously some figure studies today. I'm kind of into the gesture zone right now. I don't really feel like doing an extended study, like a more finished one. And it's a lot easier to do these quick studies in just like a few minutes when they're small. Oh my gosh! Leo, thank you for that terrifying raid. I appreciate that. Sorry, that was quite the jump scare. I literally jumped. It's been a while since we've had one of those. I think this intense music is not helping. How you doing, Leo? Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Sorry, I'm doing a timed gesture drawing right now. Otherwise, I'd pause. But what were you up to? If you have any work-safe art you'd like to share on screen, let me know. I'd be happy to share that with the community. And feel free to post a link, or you can drop it in the Discord, whatever's easiest for you. ! Discord if you want to be in there. We also have just like general art share sections too. But yeah, keep me posted. Yeah, good timing. Hey DM, welcome in. My name is Casey, by the way, for anyone who's just hopping in right now from the raid. Or just hopping in general. And I'm pushing for partners, so if you guys would like to help with that view count, we did hit the threshold, I think, but holding it as high as possible for as long as possible is going to help with the overall average for the stream, so thank you in advance to anybody who's able to help with that. But no worries if you can't. In just a minute I'll introduce myself, but first, I'm going to finish this. We're just, like I said, trying to study human anatomy, do some quick figure gestures, and attempting to be as proportionate as possible, which is not exactly happening right now, but that's okay. Do love a good interaction pose. I feel like these are tricky to get correct because it's one thing to get the anatomy right on a single individual, but it's an entirely other thing to have it be convincing that two figures are in the same space together. So yeah, anyway. Let's see. You'll be a bit quiet trying to finish your painting. Oh, I hope the painting is going well. But welcome in, welcome in. You're rendering a big piece. Nice, nice. Another drawing animal. Okay, we have a drawing animal. I think it's our last one. A Stellar's sea cow. Neil, that is a good one. That is a good one. Here's what you're working on. Let's click this. Casey's a pro Twitch teacher. Am I? Oh, I don't know if I love that. Holy cow. This is incredible looking. Leo, my gosh, I'm honored to have you here. This is amazing. Goodness gracious, wow. Look at the angle on this piece, first of all, guys. Really, really great stuff. Oh man, nice structure. Everything just looks so good. The very dynamic camera angle is like killing me right now. This is awesome. Folks, make sure you go follow Leo. I'll make sure that I follow too so that I don't miss your next stream. How often do you stream art? Do you only stream art? Tell us about yourself. Follow for sure. Definitely want to make sure that I don't miss the next one. Is this like a personal piece, a commission, a client piece? Can you, like, I'd love any background that you're able to give, but no worries if you can't. Man, I'm like, don't, I'm like embarrassed about my figure drawings. Like, don't look at my figure drawings, Leo. Yeah, right, Blue Wolf? Again, folks, if you like what you see on the screen, make sure that you follow Leo Val, who just generously rated us. Try to stream 3 or 4 times a week. Nice. How long have you been streaming for? I've been trying to drop around and like find various artists on Twitch who are doing work like this, and I'm surprised I haven't run into you yet. Or if I have, I'm sorry if I didn't say hi. But very, very cool stuff. Yeah, I love the values. I love the environment you've created here. And this creature, I really like this wolfy sort of creature that you've designed. I am more of a creature artist myself. Typically, do a lot of creature work. Definitely followed, right, Jay Stiller? Yeah, this is like some concept art level stuff. This is great. Do you work in the industry? Are you like, tell us your story if you have time. If not, no worries. If you need to raid and run, I don't want to keep you too long, but this is impressive stuff. Look, holy cow. Anwin Art, welcome in. We just got double rated. We're looking at the work of Leo_Val_ right here in the chat. So if you guys like what you see, make sure you follow. Love checking out cool new artists. We were just introduced to Leo here, but Anwin, thank you for that raid and helping with the push. I am pushing for partner for anyone who missed it. Not in the industry yet, says Leo, but planning to get in the industry. Well, I think you're on the right track, if I can say so. I think that you're at least headed in the MTG track, if not the concept art track. But this is fantastic. Thank you again for rating, Leo, and thanks for dropping by. For anyone coming in from Anwin's raid, hello, my name is Casey. We're doing gesture studies, some figure drawing today. I've been doing some little timed 30-second, 1-minute, 2-minute gestures here. Just did a little interaction pose gesture real quick. But if you want to join in, we are doing something called the Art Gym. Anyone's welcome to join in. You don't have to do figure studies if you'd rather study something else. But we do like a share and tell, I guess, at the end. Yeah, I don't use a lot of line of action, but yeah, I mean, if you click the link at the top of the chat, there's a link to a bunch of different human references like you can do manually. There's also some websites like Line of Action that you can use, or I don't know, there's quite a few in there if you scroll down to the figure study section of the Pinterest board. But yeah, if anyone wants to hang out and help with the push, by the way, from either raid, here is what I'm doing. I'm trying to hit partner, you guys. I'm trying to hit the required view count for 2 solid months. We've basically hit those averages, but we have to kind of hold the average until they can approve or disapprove my application. So yeah, feel free to hang out and help if you'd like. I'm trying to push so that I can get on the front page for Save the Vakita Day. It's an awareness day coming up in October, on October 4th. And yeah, I would just really love to... I would love to be able to talk to Twitch about this endangered porpoise. There's fewer than 20 of them left, and they really need our help. It's kind of now or never. So if anyone wants to help with that, feel free to lurk. That's really all you got to do. Raids count now, if you didn't know that, for push numbers, for partner numbers. So it really helps bringing in a community like this, Anwin. And Anwin, if you have any art you want to share, I would love to share it off or show it off on stream. Just something work safe. It can be a social media, something you're working on today. I'd love to look at it. Let me scroll up and say hi to everybody who just came in, and then I can introduce myself to both raids. Thank you guys for the double raid, and thank you to anybody who is able to help with the lurking and the pushing. I'll hopefully be applying on Wednesday or Thursday of this week, so if you guys could help me maintain those numbers until I get through the application process, that would be awesome. But no worries if anybody has to raid and run. I totally get it. Hey Jason, how are you? So let's see. We have, of course, Anwin Art and Feely Chin. Welcome in. And Akiyama Kami, welcome in. And Nori Uwu, welcome in, of course. And there you are, Leo Val again. Thank you. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Dally, we just got triple rated. Holy cow. Thank you guys. Seriously, this is my only stream today. And I always get kind of worried about the numbers, like not hitting the partner requirements when I only have one chance to make it. So I really do appreciate the support. Dolly, how was your stream? If either you or Anwin want to show any art, I'd love to share it on screen to show off. And folks, please follow all these artists that are rating in. They're all incredible. Follow everybody in chat, frankly. I feel like most of the people in chat that I'm seeing are actual streamers. We got so many folks here that are really cool to hang out with on stream. Like Jay Stiller, like, of course, Dally, and Be It Easel. There's so many cool people to go hang out with in Yangularu and Amaze. Let's see. Who else do we have? I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. Wade, hey, how's it going, Wade? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Wade is another incredible artist I just got introduced to. Well, actually, I think I was following you for a while, but I haven't been able to catch a stream. I think we talked about this because you stream on Thursdays when I'm at my day job. But you guys should still go follow Wade Acuff. Very cool artist here on Twitch. Jack Lantern, welcome in, and Dally, of course. And let's see who else we have. Are links okay? They are. Yep. As long as it's work safe, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll get it pulled up here in a second. Same thing with you, Dally. And again, for all the people coming in with Dally, I am pushing for partner. If you didn't know, if you're able to help lurk and just leave up, let the video play, basically, it will really, really help me hit those numbers for today. We were kind of on the cusp for most of the stream, so if we could just like stay as high as possible, it'll kind of balance out the averages and hopefully be attractive enough to Twitch to actually allow us to apply. Oh, you were doing figure drawing too, Dally. Well, if you have anything work safe, I'd love to see it. Yeah. Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, here we go. We have a link from Anwin. Let me get that pulled up. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. So here's what Anwin Art was working on. If you guys aren't following Anwin, make sure that you go click that follow button. Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, of course, Wade. Absolutely. You posted yours in the art gym because they're figure drawings. Okay, cool. Well, we'll look at those too, and then we'll look at them again for the art gym. But yeah, if you guys aren't following Anwin Art, this is what you're missing out on. Anwin does incredible stuff. And always recommend hanging out on their stream. I've been lurking. I haven't been able to drop into chat in a while, I feel like. But always happy when I can catch a little bit of some cool art here on Twitch. And then, of course, from Dally, we had some lovely figure studies. These are both fantastic pieces. I'll show Dally's here in a second. But Anwin, I just want to appreciate like the expression and the values here. Really, really great. Just structural drawing, of course. You're very proficient with people. It's a level of proficiency that I would like to get to. Just like the detail around the face and the eyes is really lovely. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff here. I like this noise texture, like the grain you've got going on. Very cool. Yeah, man, just like fantastic detail on the facial features, especially. Really appreciate a well-structured nose. And noses are deceptively complex to draw and paint, so that is not an easy feat. I really struggle with noses for sure. I'll think, yeah, lurking helps all artists, you know, not just the ones pushing for partner. And then here we have some figure drawings from Dally, all clothed, of course. We'll probably appreciate these more later during the show and tell, but Dally, great. Man, just such good form in all of these. You're so proficient. Both of these artists have skill sets that I aspire to. I would love to feel this proficient with humans. I primarily do creatures myself, and a lot of like illustrations, mostly targeted at like book illustration. I'll show some of my work here in a sec, but I just wanted to take a minute to appreciate both of these all three of these artists that just came in. Really, really incredible stuff. And oops, thank you so much for sharing. I just accidentally closed the tab I needed to keep open. Dang it. Oh well. I guess that's just that. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for joining in. For anyone who hasn't met me before, my name is Casey. Hi. I am an illustrator. Right now we're doing the art gym, which is like a morning study session that we do. But we don't always do figure studies. Sometimes we do other stuff. I can show you some of the ones from this month. We did koi yesterday. We often talk about anatomy and how to apply that anatomy to a reference, to a study. Here's some meerkat studies we did because it was Meerkat Day. Here's some cloud studies that I did. I really like painting clouds. I'm trying to get better at like pretty much everything. I'm just here learning and streaming that process here on Twitch. I'm kind of a pre-career artist. I'm trying to break into the industry and be full-time freelance. Not just freelance, but like I'd like to work, you know, as an illustrator at some capacity in the industry. So I'm just here streaming that journey on Twitch, and I'm honored to have anybody join me in that process. Here's some of my finished illustrations that I've updated my portfolio with recently. Some of these are a little older, but here's some of the newer ones. This is kind of the style I'm leading into lately, but that could change. You know, it's always a process in exploring style, but mostly my target for the last couple of years has been kids' books. So I do keep it work safe and family friendly around here because I'm about to pitch to agents again. I do that usually most summers. And you just never know who's going to be popping in. We've also got some kiddos that do watch occasionally with parents, so I try to keep it pretty kosher. But yeah, this is some of my work. I typically focus more on like creatures and storytelling visually. I like environments a lot. I'm trying to get better at environments. It's definitely not something I have spent a ton of time working on. So a lot of times when we do the art gym studies, I will sometimes do environmental elements like tree studies or like various lighting situations or like, you know, rocks, waterfalls. I need to do more interiors probably. Interiors are definitely something I struggle with. So I need more of that in my portfolio. But yeah, I tend to do a lot of critters and nature stuff. Stuff in nature for sure. So if you like this kind of stuff, I'm also trying to get back into conventions and getting ready to do, hopefully, TwitchCon. I've applied to TwitchCon. We will see if they let me in. But thank you all for lurking, not just for the push, but also to help, I don't know, maybe they'll consider me for TwitchCon if I have people here. I have no idea how it works. I should hear back on the 16th about TwitchCon. I'm crossing my fingers. I appreciate you guys crossing your fingers too. But yeah, that's what I do. Sometimes we'll do like sticker stuff. I did November last month or last year. Feels like last month. And then I also do this series I call Sea Slug Dragons, and we stream that on Twitch. I also do sculpting. And one of these I have sculpted, so here, oh geez, I'm breaking everything. Here's some example of the sea slug creature designs. I usually let Twitch choose a sea slug, like vote on a sea slug for me to design from. It's just like a fun little creature design prompt. This one, actually, you'd have to clean the whole house. Oh no, well thank you for the lurk, Anwin. Thank you so much for all the raiders. Yes, please don't let me keep you. I appreciate you bringing your communities here. I will do my best to take good care of them. Poor Dally, good luck cleaning the house too. Yeah, I need to work on rocks as well, Jack, for sure. But yeah, let me pull up my other view, as long as I don't leave it here like I sometimes do. But here's a sculpture that I made based on that sea slug dragon I was just showing you. Sorry, I keep needing to reset my camera. It seems like the red filter is on really high, so it's like making the red look very neon. But anyway, this is that a sculpey sculpture of that critter that you guys just saw. I usually sculpt on the last stream of the month, so like here's another one. This one will probably only be available in person at conventions and such. I will likely not be able to ship this just because of all these little details. So I tend to do some sculptures that are in person only, and then some that I would be able to sell on Ko-fi. This is another one that will be in person only. It's like a little critter. I actually sculpted this one a really long time ago, but anyway, they're very fun. I like doing critter sculpts, but this one, however, the one I first showed you, this one will be available on Ko-fi. Hopefully it will help me raise money to go to TwitchCon if I make it in. So anyway, if somebody wants an original sculpture, I don't do any like duplicates of them right now. So pretty much all my sculpts are just going to be originals with no reproductions that I've made or that will be allowed. So if you purchase it, just know it's an original one of a kind. Oh gosh, Dally, good luck. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so creature design's really fun. It's kind of just like a thing I enjoy. I don't know. I just like playing. It's not really anything super, I don't know. Probably not industry level, but it's still fun to do. So, yeah. Anyhow, that's my stream. That's mostly what we do here. Thank you for coming. And I'm going to do a few more figure studies now. And again, at the end of stream, we are going to do a share and tell with what we call the art gym. And if you want to join in, you don't have to do figure studies. You could do anything, really. As long as it is work safe, feel free to either drop it in the art gym section of the Discord or, you know, on the blue sky. Oh my gosh, almost crashed my computer just now. Boink, there we go. Okay, let me pick one more little interaction pose here. And thanks again for anybody who is lurking to help with the push. It really means a lot and it does help a lot, so I appreciate you guys being here. And if anyone who just came in on the raid would like to support outside of Twitch, socials, there they are if you want them. I'm mostly on Blue Sky and Instagram and YouTube these days outside of Twitch, but you can find links to all my other socials there. And then of course here's the Discord if you are interested. Okay. Let's pick one more little study. So let's see, it's 10:45. I'm gonna do one more quick little 5-minute study, and then we're gonna get into the art gym and kind of peek at what you guys have been working on. So let me get that set up too. Okay, so we'll be looking at everything that has been posted since yesterday's studies of koi fish. So perfect. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna do one more interaction pose, I think, because I think that's a good one for me to look at and think about. I don't have like a great selection here. Hold on. I guess this one will be okay. I don't know why this one is here. I need to reorganize my Pinterest board. It looks like a few things maybe got misfiled. Alright, let's just do this one. I think this will be a good one. Okay. Next time tell me how many studies you're gonna do. So so you want some insider trading going? Next time just give you the answer? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'm just gonna slide this over and do these ones here. Really fast. And then we'll get into what you guys have gotten up to. So again, please just make sure if you are doing figure studies that you're not posting anything that's gonna get me in trouble on Twitch. And, yeah. Okay. Okay, there's some really nice, like, boxy shapes here. This looks like somebody's, like, fainted at the beach. Is the vibe I'm getting here. Okay. This is also a little bit in perspective. There's some foreshortening happening here. So, it can be a little more complex. Okay, a little squirrel. There's a squirrel outside my window. Art gym is pay to win. No, it is not pay to win. Excuse you. This is a art process. Ah, yes, indeed, squirrel. Literal squirrel right outside my window. Yeah, someone needs CPR for sure. Oh, we have a draw me an animal, don't we? I need to do that one too, I think. I got a draw me an animal from Neil. So let me finish this study really fast, this little series of studies. And we'll do the draw me an animal before I get into the show and tell. That'll give you guys a few extra minutes in case anyone's wrapping up. But again, if you just got here and you think, oh, like studies would be cool, let's do some studies. But I don't have time to finish my study. Just get what you need to out of it, and then feel free to post it in the Discord. And we will look at it tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? I still have one more day before I have to go back to my day job, right? Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. One of these days, folks. One of these days. I really need to do some serious thought. Well, I guess I should say even more serious thought about future business plan. A lot of stuff changing in August for me. Talked about it a little bit, but don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. Yeah. Let's see. Trying to think about where the rib cage, where the hips, where all the like joints and muscles would be in these, but the foreshortening is definitely like a fun challenge too. Well, I say fun challenge, it's just a challenge. Maybe it's not necessarily fun, but you know. Something to consider is that this is done at an angle. So you have to kind of think about where stuff should be in relationship to each other. But again, these are just quick, like 1 to 2 minute gestures, couple of 30-second ones, so they're not very clean. I tend to be pretty scribbly with my gesture studies. She's getting ready to roll to the side, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, what's the story here, folks? Tell me the story of this sequence of images. It just feels like the camera is dramatically panning up, you know, it's like a movie scene, just slowly panning up. But this is like, this kind of stuff is helpful though if you are getting into like comic work, to see things from various angles. And I know a lot of programs like CSP and stuff, they have actual like built-in models, and you can do things like, you know, design a scene in Blender and use that for your, like, rotate your camera that way when you're doing comic work. There's lots of ways to kind of do this now, but it's still kind of helpful to have just like flat references like this of real humans. I think it's hard to beat anything that involves an actual reference, right? Gosh, we got that boss fight music though. This is such a dramatic pose. It's like such a, I don't know, the sequence is very dramatic and I think it's very funny, but, you know, also helpful. Just amuses me, that's all. Okay, there we go. Did my little studies real fast. Okay, we've done it, folks. Did some gestures today. I think I'll just leave it here for now. Save. Person was trying to swim with a dolphin and got caught by a rogue wave, swallowed water, and was tumbled to the beach where the lady came to help. She's an ER nurse on her day off. That is a great little story there. Okay, we've got one more drawing animal. I don't think I can squeeze it in anywhere. Maybe right here there's enough room, potentially. I don't... Yeah. I'm just gonna real quick. I guess I can make a new folder, too. No, let's just make a new one. It's not really worth trying to squeeze it in. Alright, making a new folder. We're starting a new one. You guys have been killing it with these Draw Me an Animal requests lately. Let's see if I can keep them on the right layers this time. Probably not, but you know, a girl can dream. Okay, so new Draw Me an Animal. This one is going to be a Stellar's Sea Cow. This one is from... What dog are you referring to, Ongoy? What dog are you referring to? Let's see. You suggest Dagny. Amaze, don't help him. Alright, we did the hedgehog, we did the Gila monster, Stellar's Sea Cow. So, funnily enough, I've actually done an illustration featuring a Stellar's Sea Cow. So I think I know what these are. Dagny is the name of my little dragon guy. I already have a character named Dagny. I don't know... There he is. This is Dagny. See, it's in the name. The new Casey doggy? What dog? Where did you get this idea that I was getting a dog? I'm so confused. Okay, I've got 5 minutes. It's 10:55 to draw a Stellar's Sea Cow. So for Draw Me an Animal, I just ask that you don't give any hints in chat. That will help me. Yeah, just make it more fun for everybody. Let's see. Stellar's Sea Cow. So I believe these are actually giant... shoot, are they manatees or dugongs? They're in that family of Sirenia, and it was a massive one. It was like bigger than a boat, right? And I'm pretty sure I don't think it had the dugong tail, but it might. I can't remember if it had a manatee tail or a dugong tail. Actually, I think it may have been more of a. I think it may have more been like a slightly flippered tail. Okay, so this is basically them, I think. Give them a little smile there. And they are extinct, unfortunately. They became extinct shortly after we discovered them, although it is most likely that they were hunted to extinction by native peoples, and I believe coastal native peoples that lived in colder regions. But let's learn about it before we... because I don't really know. That's just that's what I kind of remember. But they were huge, so I'm going to draw like a little boat for scale. They were like the size of a whale, right? Like really, really big creatures. And we basically know what they looked like from drawings of them, of the carcasses, and like vague descriptions. I don't think we have any photographs of a Stellar's Sea Cow. But man, what a cool creature. It's a shame that we don't have them anymore, because that would be awesome to see one of these guys. Although they would probably be extremely endangered if they even did exist, so... We don't tend to, slow-moving, large ocean mammals don't tend to last long around humans. They don't tend to do well. Pretty much all of them are endangered. But there's so many, like, so much sea life is just critically endangered or are vulnerable. Like, there's so few that are actually doing well. Yeah. Okay, there's my Stellar's sea cow. Let's do a little background just because we have the time. I think I've still got like 2 minutes or 3 minutes or something. It's kind of a simple animal. Save the vaquita! That's right, Cookie! Save the vaquita! Indeed, indeed. Let's all save the vaquita. You guys, I really hope that we can help raise awareness about them. Thank you again for everybody who's sticking around for the push for the vaquita. Just to help me spread some awareness, hopefully, on Twitch front page later this year. I don't know if they'll give it to me. I hope that they do. Oh my gosh, Filthy! Thank you so much for that, that gift sub. That was so unexpected. For Cookie. Thank you, thank you. Would you like to claim your subdoodle, Filthy Hikomori, or would you like to gift that subdoodle to Cookie? If you say nothing, I'm going to assume it's being gifted. So just let me know. But thank you, thank you. That was really sweet. And you do get, people who sub or gift a sub do get a subdoodle, and you get to decide who gets the subdoodle, basically, as the person purchasing the sub. So, once I'm done with this Strawman animal, we will, I'll go write your name down. And thank you again. And Cookie, enjoy. Enjoy your sub. Okay, there we go. Save. So this is my attempt at a Stellar's sea cow, everybody. This is what I think it looks like. We're gonna find out how close I got here in a sec. But first, let me write this name down here. There are so many animals we don't know. Yeah, there really are. Just lurking because Cookie plugged you in a Discord. Oh, well, that's really sweet. Well, if you'd like to claim a subdoodle, so here's how this works. And I appreciate that, Cookie. Thank you for the plug. That's really sweet. I'm pushing for partner, so I appreciate anyone who's willing to share the stream, talk about what we're doing here. And for the month of July, if anybody subs or gifts a subs, they get a subdoodle, and you can be added to the subzoo if you choose a creature. Or if you don't want the subdoodle, you can gift that subdoodle to maybe Cookie or somebody else. So just let me know, Filthy Hikomori. I really appreciate that gift sub, though. It's really, really sweet. And again, if anybody wants color, it's 5 gift subs or more for color, and then 10 or more subs, and we sub bombs, and we start doing giveaways and such. So I'm gonna write your name down. You let me know what you'd like to do with it, and I'll be getting these doodles done tomorrow afternoon. We'll have a subzoo catch-up day. So, thank you again, Filthy Hikikomori. There we go. Just let me know if you'd like it or if you want to gift that doodle, but I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's look up the Stellar's sea cow. We have 4 minutes until an ad break, and then after the ad break, we will look at what you guys did in the art gym. Stellar's sea cow. Oh, thank you for that. Hydrate Raga. Okay, so it looks like I got it right. Yeah, they had the. I think I actually didn't even give it enough of a tail wedge, but this is a Stellar's sea cow. Everybody, here is the skeleton, but we do have descriptions of these guys, which is what these illustrations are based on. I believe. Let me see if I can find the one that's. Here we go. So it's a Sirenian. It's extinct. It was described by George Wilhelm Steller in 1741. At that time, it was found only around the Commander Islands in the Bering Sea between Alaska and Russia. Its known range extended across the North Pacific during the Pleistocene epoch and likely contracted to such an extreme degree due to the glacial cycle. It's possible that indigenous populations interacted with the animal before Europeans. Steller first encountered it on the Great Northern Expedition when the crew became shipwrecked on Bering Island. Much of what is known about its behavior comes from Steller's observations on the island, documented in his posthumous publication On the Beasts of the Sea. Within 27 years of its discovery by Europeans, the slow-moving and easily caught mammal was hunted into extinction for its meat, fat, and hide. Alright. So this is where it was found and known. So this is what we know about it. Here's the skull. Man, when people tell me, like... I feel like Sirenians are some of the best examples of, like, how much we don't know about extinct creatures when we don't have skin impressions and there's no visual on them. Like, when you look at a dinosaur fossil, or even, like, an extinct mammal fossil, or any kind of extinct animal fossil, if you don't have any kind of like skin impressions or like some way of knowing kind of the mass of the animal, like seriously folks, look at this. Like if we didn't have any existing Sirenians, we would have so little idea of what these animals looked like. We'd probably make them look like strange whales, to be honest. But they're not. They look totally different. They have so much like face structure that's just not, there's no representation for that in the skeleton. But here is a model of what they looked like. So yeah. Here's their teeth. They have such crazy teeth too. Illustration from the 1800s of a stellar sea cow. Yeah, very, very heavily based on like dugongs and manatees, for sure. Closely related dugong. Yep. So a dugong, if you didn't know, they have these dolphin-looking tails as opposed to the paddle-shaped tail that, you know, that manatees have, right? So it's one of the major differences. Dugongs are pretty cool, and it's the closest. It's a closely related animal to the dugong. I wonder if this exists in one zoom. Let's check it out really fast. I think we're about to be in an ad, but I think I have just enough time to check out one zoom before we So let's see. Stellar sea cow. Let's see if it's in here. Nope, they don't have it. Sirenia. Is it spelled this way? Or is it spelled this way? Manatee. Let's try that. Okay, so here's the manatees. Here's a dugong right here. I believe this is Sirenia. Yeah, so Siren IA. I spelled it wrong. These are all the extant or currently living members of this family. We have the dugong, kind of out here by itself. The stellar sea cow would have been over here too, I believe. The Amazonian manatee, critically endangered. In fact, all of them are critically endangered, folks. The Amazonian manatee, the African manatee, and the American manatee. And then, of course, the dugong. None of these animals are safe. They are all red, which means they are all listed on the IUCN Red List, which is the what tracks like extinct or endangered animals, just like the African elephant. In fact, this whole branch, for those who don't know, they are related. Elephants and manatees and dugongs, closely related, and they're all not doing great. So let's protect these guys for sure. If you want to play on one zoom, here is the one zoom viewer. If you want to check out the stellar sea cow, here is the stellar sea cow. Just a fun little game we play every once in a while here called Draw Me an Animal. We get to learn about, nerd out about a little critter. Okay, and then we're going to go into a stretch session. Yeah, it doesn't have extinct animals, but sometimes it has recently extinct animals miss art rules, so that's why I was checking, because it's not that long ago, geologically speaking, that this animal became extinct. Neil says some thought that they were already declining due to loss of food that was being decimated by sea urchins, whose population exploded after intensive hunting of the sea otter. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, I knew that we thought they were hunted to extinction potentially, but that's interesting that it could have been twofold. It could have been a loss of food and overhunting that caused the extinction, most likely. We are going to stretch during the ads. If you can hear me, feel free to unshrimp yourself and push those shoulder blades back together and hold for about 20 to 45 seconds. Tends to be a good amount of time to do so. You want to kind of just flex those muscles, get those little tiny shoulder and neck and back muscles working. Do a few shoulder rolls maybe. Ooh, that felt really good actually. I don't know what I just did, but that felt great. So arch your back and hold, and then just kind of... No such things as animals. Wait, what do you mean? Of course there are. Or the world is full of them. We are animals, Jack-Lantern. What are you saying? So we're going to push and hold for about 20 to 45 seconds. And I tend to... thank you, Raven. There's a cute little stretch emote for everybody. Thank you for that Gigantified emote. Code Pink Gamer, thank you for that follow. That's really kind of you. I'm really glad my alerts are working. Yes, but fish are animals, miss our rules. Okay, and so you're going to push and hold for about 20 to 45 seconds. And after you've done that, you're just going to unarch your back. So you're going to basically go from a hunched posture to an overcorrection and hold that for no longer than 45. You just don't want to overstrain, and then relax. Oh, you were teasing. I see. I missed that. And then you're going to do this stretch for hand and finger injuries, since apparently saying carpal tunnel is a no-no. So you too can tease. And then you're going to hold for about, again, 20 to 45 seconds. So this is supposed to be a stretch that I got from a physical therapist that can help with any kind of hand overuse injury. Supposedly it also helps with carpal tunnel, but I don't know. I guess the jury's out on that one. But that's what I was told, so that's just what I'm telling you guys. But you can do it with both hands. Do it for about 20 to 45 seconds. And, yeah. I'm not a doctor. I'm just passing on what people who've studied stuff have told me. Supposedly it helps. I've been doing it at least once an hour. Whatever it does, it seems to be working. Haven't had issues. You wish you were a shrimp? Oh, why do you wish you were a shrimp? You'd be eaten by everyone. I think we're out of ads, so I'm gonna finish my stretch, but hopefully you guys got to get a little stretch in. There we go. And now we're gonna get into the art gym show and tell. So I'm gonna go into the Discord, make sure real quick that everything is work safe. So far it looks so good. Let's see. Just a quick check. I want to make sure, especially with figure drawing, that I'm not going to get in trouble for anything. Thank you guys for helping me keep it work safe around here. Let's see. Okay. Looks like we're all good. So here's the way that it works. I'm going to start underneath the most recently shared image, which was my koi studies from yesterday, and we're just going to go down. If anybody is a streamer, just let us know if we don't already know, and we will shout you out, okay? So this one's from Sloppy Salamander, doing some fish studies here. Let's see. We've got some really nice shapes here, Sloppy. Really nice foreshortening on this piece. This is fantastic. Sloppy, these look so good. I really like the soft values that you put on this one as well. Really nice forms. These have great structure to them. Really good, careful observation. Love it. Really good job capturing the movement of these fish too. Oh, sorry, that stretch felt really good. I kind of want to do it again. But yeah, Sloppy Salamander, thank you so much for joining. And we have some little references that were used. It's always helpful to see what references are used. These are lovely references, by the way. But lovely stuff. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing, Sloppy, and thank you for drawing along. It's always good to see some studies being done. Uh-oh, where's my fish? Why aren't things loading? Things aren't loading. I'm confused. Lovely stuff. Next up is a ray of sun saying, why must they be so difficult to draw? Too many circles. Feel like you're going insane. Well, I think they look fantastic for what it's worth, ray of sun. I'm curious what animal this is. Is it like a monkey? Maybe not a monkey. Some kind of a cat? Maybe a mustelid? It's not a is it a it's not a meerkat, is it? Either way, these look fantastic. I kind of wish I knew which animal. I'm not very good at identifying animals from their bone structure. I probably should know more. Is it a cat? Okay, I was like, it's kind of feline looking. The teeth. The teeth definitely made me think some kind of a carnivore. But it looks great. Yeah, you're right. The cat. I should have looked closely at the feet. Those are cat feet for sure. The little bump for the retractable claws. It is a dead giveaway. Lovely stuff. A ray of sun. Really nice, careful observation of the bones. Hopefully this was helpful for you, like studying some of the anatomy and really learning like what goes where and how things are connected. Really lovely. Yeah. You are the Catwoman. You know, I don't draw a lot of house cat skulls. I do a lot of like big cats or like wild cats, and they tend to have a less, I guess like less shortened snout. And so I think that's why I was like, is that a monkey potentially? But no, definitely can see it here in the feet for sure. And I guess if I had like drawn an outline of like where the muscles would go, I probably would have come up with a cat shape. But either way, ray of sun, these look fantastic. You'll love to see it. A very detailed study. Really nice job with like, look at the hatching. I can't tell, this might actually be traditional media, which is so impressive. Especially since it looks like it was done in pen. I can't tell if those are pencil markings underneath or not, but it looks lovely. Really nice job, ray of sun. All right, going back to Clem. Some nice structural studies of a fishy. Some little koi fish studies from yesterday. Really nice job thinking about that structure. And yeah, breaking down the skull, breaking down the muscles and all that from the reference and trying to understand the form. Always a good idea to try to really think about form, think about contour, think about that you're describing a form and not just copying lines. That's how you're going to improve. The one with the mustache, yeah, it's pretty cute. Some carp do have these little mustache, I think are really, really nice. Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for sharing and for hanging out, Clem. It's good to have you. Next up is Amazing Fan 15, our wonderful mod. And, oh, thank you, Findus. I really appreciate that follow. Make sure you guys follow Amaze. Really lovely structural drawing here, Amaze. You can tell Amaze, as I always say when we do human stuff, Amaze is extremely proficient with humans, draws a lot of people. Really nice movement and gesture here. Really nice form, really nice structure. Like this feels very grounded in the space, right? This does not feel like it's floating in space, but rather there's an implied floor there. You know, there's implied weight, there's implied gravity, and that's all from careful observation and careful practice for years of study. Really, really nicely done, Amaze. Yeah. Great job with this really complex pose. And nice job with the muscle anatomy, like in the arms and back, too. It's not an easy thing to do. One might say it's amazing. Yeah, make sure you guys go follow Amaze so you don't miss the next stream. Amaze does character art and comics and animation, kind of does it all. Has been working on a lot of upgrades to the stream, too. So go check out his latest PNG tuber. And Miro Asteria, welcome in. Thank you for coming in, and we'd love to have you in the Discord. Rue, we have another wonderful study here from Rue, who also does animation here on Twitch. I would say primarily does animation here on Twitch, but fantastic little figure studies. I'm curious, Rue, if some of this was done from observation of people, or if it was all done like in person, or if it was done from references. But either way, Rue, these are structurally just very impressive. Really, really good gestures. Kind of just, yeah, checking for proportion, checking for movement. Love the little crawling kiddo there. But yeah, these look great. Really, really nice job with all of these. And if you guys aren't following Angularoo, use the same website for quick gestures. Nice, nice. Make sure you guys give Angularoo a follow. There's a little heart you can press somewhere. Oh wait, it didn't pop up. I think it's because I always forget there's like a timer in between shout outs. But make sure you guys follow Rue. It does really, really great work. And you don't want to miss the next stream. Always doing impressive stuff there. Here's one from Old Blue Bones. I believe this is Jack Lantern Art. Doing some face muscle studies. Oof, tough. Tough topic. Like really looking at the anatomy. I like the like the ears and the party hat. Well done, Jack Lantern Art. That's me. That's you. Yeah. No, this is great. It's important to understand where the muscles are so that you know what's controlling the facial movements. It is tough though. Very tough. Yeah, let us know if you stream and we'll shout you out. Man, look at all the little tiny like muscles in the nose. I'm actually kind of surprised. Do we really? I guess we do. Like, I'm trying to flex those little tiny muscles in the bridge of the nose. I'm like, how do you even flex that? I always think of the nose as like just cartilage, but it's interesting. But I guess, yeah, there would be some little like expression muscles there. See, stuff like that. I just wouldn't even know. Just wouldn't even know. Looks fantastic. And let us know if you do start streaming so that we can shout you out. Lovely stuff. And of course, Dali. Yeah, I didn't even think about those. We saw these earlier from Dali Say MT, but Dali rated us and was working on some figure studies as well today. So if you guys aren't following Dali Say MT, make sure you do. We'll get you a shout out here, Dali. But man, just really lovely structure, really great. Just really great studies. It's so clear that you are extremely comfortable drawing the human form. This is extremely impressive. I don't know what these 5s mean. Is that like the minutes? I'm guessing it's the minutes? I don't know. I don't know why you gave yourself a sad face on this one, because I think this one is extremely impressive. Really great form. Lovely studies all. Love a dancing study, honestly. I feel like dancers and athletes have some of the best poses. 5 minutes? Okay, that's what I figured. No, some really, really great gestures. Yeah, great. Great work with all of these. Just want to keep looking at them. They're so, so good. Make sure that you follow Dali Say MT, folks, if you aren't already. Lovely little art gym workouts here. Sorry, I've got the hiccups for some reason. I don't know why. But these look so good. All right, next up we have Miss Art Rules. Lovely, specific body type. Knee slap emote. Oh my gosh. Miss Art Rules trolling me with the study of Belin's knee slap emote. Don't summon him, Miss Art Rules. He'll appear from the depths. No, these are good. These are great. It's really helpful to focus on parts of the body too, to help really understand how it moves. Trying to draw it from different angles. Here's like a foreshortened knee from different sides, one from above, it looks like. And of course, the silly knee slap. Well done, Miss Art Rules. Thank you for sharing it. Of course, it's always good to see traditional media studies as well. Every time I see those, I'm like, yep, I need to do more of those. Here we have a lovely skeletal and anatomy study from Artie Gobb. Really nice job breaking down the body into sections, into planes, into like proportional areas so that you can really check for proportion before getting into the details. Always a good idea to also just start with like a basic skeletal study so that you can remember like how far are the hips from the bottom of the rib cage generally, like where do the hands end on the legs so that you can check for that proportion. You know, all this stuff is really helpful to know. Just what's going on under the skin so that you can draw what it looks like more accurately. Lovely stuff, Artie Gobb. Thank you so much for sharing and drawing along. And here we have one from Dracon. Dracon doing some studies. Lovely studies here. These look super nice. Yeah, really, really nice work. Good checking for proportion too. I think that's a really tough one to do. I'm not going to zoom in too much just because I don't want Twitch to think that this is a naked lady. So we're not going to stay on this one too long. Just from a distance that could look a little sus. But Dracon, these look really nice. Thank you so much for sharing. And apologies that I'm just being extra cautious. But they look fantastic. And then Sedulos. Last but certainly not least, we have some lovely studies of rocks, houses, utensils. I kind of wonder... This almost looks like it was drawn from actual observation. I wonder if this is like outside the window view for Sedulos. These are some really nice studies. Did Sedulos say? No, they didn't say. These kind of look like they might be studies from like around... I don't know, they just have that feel, and maybe I'm totally off base, but they have that feel of being like direct observation rather than looking at a two-dimensional image to me. And I could be totally wrong. But they look really great. And if they are from direct observation, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say I kind of think they are, then it's just a great example of like how much you can learn from direct observation. They may not be. I could be totally wrong. But highly recommend doing direct observation so that you can notice little details of like average, ordinary scenes all around you. There's so much to be learned by getting out there and looking around. So thank you, Sedulos, for sharing. These look really, really fantastic. Great structure. Especially in the like architecture ones. I really need to do more architectural studies. But yeah, really appreciate you being here and participating, and I appreciate everybody hanging out today. I'm gonna post, gosh, let's see. I don't love, I was feeling pretty rushed and like weird on these. I think I'm just gonna screenshot these ones. These ones aren't too bad. And then that will just be mine that I share for today. But for the prediction, I would say I definitely did more than 4 studies. Definitely did more than 4. So we're just gonna do this. Some of mine from today. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys lurking the whole stream. If you don't mind staying through the raid, I'm actually not sure if today's stream is gonna hit the required number. Because I don't know, I really still don't know enough about how they break down the averages. So we'll see. I hope it does. You know, anytime we can hit over 75 average, it is going to help for the partner push application, which I will be putting in tomorrow or Thursday, probably Thursday morning, just to be safe. But I'll keep you guys posted on when that happens. So stay tuned in the Discord, on socials, if you are interested in the latest and greatest and all of that. Hey, Lemon Chicken, how you doing? Thank you so much for dropping in. I really need to do more Yep, exactly, Artie Gobb. That's the thing. I need to study everything more. That's the whole idea behind the art gym, is that I am not proficient in a lot of things, and I would like to be proficient. So you guys are helping me stay accountable to actually reaching proficiency, which is going to help me in my goal to become an illustrator in the industry. Like, not just doing freelance or just, you know, doing things on my own, but actually, like, trying to make a career out of this is my long-term goal. So thank you all for helping with that. Seriously, part of my journey on that is applying for partner on Twitch. I really appreciate the help with getting here early, with turning your notifications on if you haven't. That's a great way to make sure that you get here as early as possible during the push, if you're able to. If you don't do notifications on Twitch, that's fine. But you know, if you're able to, it helps a lot. You can also join the Discord and turn on notifications for the Stream Pings channel, or you can self-assign a Stream Pings role so that you get pinged. Just make sure if you want that to actually work that you have in your notification settings on my server that you have it turned on to accept role mentions. That's how you get those. So if you don't have that turned on, you may not be getting those. Thank you all for being here. For Neilf and Jack Lantern and Bia Easel, thank you so much for being here too, Easel. Everybody go follow Easel if you aren't already. I don't know if I don't know, I haven't been very good about keeping track of shoutouts this month, but I hope you know, everyone, whether you're a streamer or not a streamer, that I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spreading the word. I know I've had people sharing my stream link, it sounds like in some other servers today. That was really, really kind. For sharing my posts on socials. All that stuff really helps so much. So if you want to follow and just support in general, any artist will tell you that following us on social media, liking and sharing posts on social media, that is a great way to support any artist. It's free, and it just really helps with like algorithms and stuff on Instagram, or just like visibility on Blue Sky. So there's all those links if you need them. And thank you to everybody showing up here in the credits. And if you're not showing up in the credits and you're here, then I thank you as well, because that means you lurked and you helped today. And again, if you guys can just hang out for a few more minutes, we are going to go say hi to somebody else doing some art, hopefully, here on Twitch. Let's see. Who can we go say hi to? Oh, have we said hi to this person yet? Let's check. Let's check. You know what? Let's actually go... Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Wait. Hold. I think... Okay, I have two options here. Who do we want to say hi to? Do you guys want to keep doing the study? Keep it up with the study vibes? What would you... I feel like we should keep doing some study vibes. Or we could go join somebody doing some characters. That might be fun too. I'm not really sure. Let me know in chat. You guys want more studies? Or do you want some character art? If there's not a preference, I think I'll just choose one. Let's see. I'm just doing a quick scroll to make sure I'm not missing. There's a couple people I've been meaning to raid into that I haven't been able to, but I think we've raided them recently. Sketching your hand for, you want to go for more studies? Okay. Let's do some more studies then. Doink. I don't think we've had a chance to, hey, that's okay. You were the first one that I saw, so we're gonna go say hi to somebody that we have not been able to raid in a while, who does really great work. I will say sometimes the the conversation can be a little more 18+, so just be aware. But it is a fantastic artist doing some studies. So, Sir Dracheer, I think is how I'm supposed to say it. He's been hanging out and lurking a lot for the push, and has raided into us, and we haven't had a chance to raid him in the last month. I think we've raided him before, but it's been a few months. So let's go say hi to... I call him Sir sometimes, but I've heard him say his name as Dracheer recently. So I'm going to say it that way. But if you want a raid call, there's some raid calls you can copy. If you have a sub, then you can copy that first one. If you don't have a sub, copy the second one. And come hang out with me to Sir's stream. And thanks again to all the subs and resubs. I'm glad that those are working now. I'm sorry for anyone whose names didn't get put on the list yesterday, but I do appreciate everybody who subscribed yesterday as well. Thank you for the cheers. Mods, mega salute to the mods. Professor Oaks, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. And thank you for the raids. Anwin Art, Dalisay MT, and Leo Val. We had some awesome artists raid us in. All three of those artists you guys should be following if you aren't already. Check them out. They're all incredible. Be free. We shall be free. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out today. I really appreciate it. I don't know what we're studying tomorrow. It'll definitely be something at 9 a.m. Mountain Time if you want to come back for that. I'll also be streaming in the afternoon at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Have a great day, and thank you as always for helping with the push. You guys are the ones making this happen, not me. So yeah, catch you over